the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's going to turn to the Third Reich now. But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jack. Oh wait, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh,
but
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking.
We actually follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff.
Decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, Libri got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unpretty. This guy just say fucking forehead.
What?
This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next Poggers. Up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad. What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay. Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. The Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
No,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way. Poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But
He posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit. And then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you.
Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it. Oh,
but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season, actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you're fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
So follow a simp account.
Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we
easy
actually
networking.
follow
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business.
It's
a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't
It's
look
a
at that
business
stuff.
decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got so you can slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead. And that, it's Wednesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. I am the Outlaw of Long Island, Zach Droll, joined always by my panel of co-hosts. We have Mr. Marathon himself, Mike, and down below, we have the Goon Christian. For starters, we hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. And yeah, so what news do we want to start with first? Do we want to go with the elephant in the
Just
room, or do we want to close with the
just the
elephant?
quick stuff. Just the quick stuff first.
Okay.
First off, we have Mercedes Moné posted a video today of her training in the ring. So she's going to be
Mhm.
back in the ring imminently. There's a lot of talk about her going back to WWE, which I fully expect. Maybe not this year. I don't think she's going back because I believe her deal with Bushiroad is up on the first of the for first day of the year, in January 1st.
Do we think she at least makes a small run
but-
in AEW before then?
I think that I think she'll probably have one more match in New Japan. Probably against Julia because that's what they want her to do.
Mhm.
I see I mean they've talked. Tony has said they've talked, and she was at All In. So I probably see like maybe a one-off type of match at an AEW show. We're not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's even happening, but we'll see. I mean, just because she's been shown at an AEW show and that she's talked to Tony, I could see them doing a one-off match and maybe one more thing in Stardom, and then she goes back to WWE. I could see maybe the Royal Rumble. If she doesn't, and she spends like another year out, then I think AEW is more likely. But I see her going back, probably sooner rather than later. So there's that. We also had the Gates of Agony today. Khan and Bishop Khan and Toliona. Today, they're participating in World Tag League, and they seemingly joined the House of Torture, which is Evil's subgroup of the Bullet Club. However, I believe it's just a gimmick because they're actually wrestling Evil and Yujiro Takahashi in their World Tag League match tomorrow. So I don't really think it's a real deal type of thing. I think it's just a gimmick to lead into the match.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's just a just in case scenario. Also, we have like I guess bigger news, not the biggest news of the week, but we had QT Marshall, which this actually it's not really that big of news, but it's something that caused a lot of discussion. QT Marshall, he put out a thing he's going to be departing AEW, and he put out a whole statement thanking the company. It doesn't seem like it's a at odds thing. Seems completely mutual. I don't think
Yeah.
he's even done yet. I think he's still going to be there until the end of 2023.
Yeah, his contract's up January 1st.
Yeah.
His thing that he mentioned on Twitter today with his post is that he feels as though AEW is going in a different direction than him.
Yeah, so
and it's been noted that like I think and that's not like it's more. And to clarify that quote, it's because AEW is going in more of a New Japan type style, as it's been quoted, and with like more matches, less on the storytelling. It's the match quality over the storytelling quality.
There was that. That was reported. There was also another report saying that he wants to be a bigger star, and that's probably not going to happen in AEW. So, what I see here is that there's probably going to be two options. One, he goes to WWE, goes to the Performance Center, becomes a coach, rides along with Cody.
I don't think he wants to do that. I think he actually wants to be a star.
There's that. Well, he can do that, but he's not going to be a star in this country yet. But I will tell you where he could be a big star, and that is Mexico. He has major heat in Mexico. He's had great matches in AAA. And he's got major heat over there. So if he wants to go to AAA, and just work down there and gas his name up, I mean, that's already a hard enough spot to really become a huge star. But just to the Mexican people in that environment, I think he'd do well. And he already has shown he can. So we'll see what happens with QT. But yeah, it's I mean, good for him. I mean, it's not really like he was on TV, or it's like a blockbuster type of loss, but it's I mean, good for him. And just the last thing before we get into the big time stuff is that there was an announcement. Let me get this up. Here we go. Where is it? Oh yes.
Okay, so there was an announcement. They did it. This goes into what's it called? Not ticketing, but event stuff. Obviously, the Wembley pre-sale has started. Um, that's going down tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Actually, no, 2 days. Friday is going to be the general sale for Wembley, so we'll see how that goes. But they did announce tonight that they're going to have Revolution in the Greensboro, North Carolina. So uh, because that has a lot to do with Sting, but we'll talk about that later. However, just programming stuff. There is going to be a Tuesday. There's going to be something on Tuesday, I believe.
A collision.
Yes,
by the ticket sales.
So Tuesday collision, which is crazy. Which you didn't really hear that much. You didn't really hear about that.
They'll probably address it later on.
There's that, and I guess the last piece of news is that Being the Elite is seemingly finished
for the time being.
For the time being, because to me this is just all a gimmick for the new Young Bucks, and it's converted to being the Dark Order right now, but it's definitely gonna when they're baby faces again, whenever that is.
Didn't the Young Bucks file trademarks for a few things? Like they trademarked KTB,
which is their old indie promotion.
Yeah,
that they used to run when they were kids. Well, actually, no, not that. KTB is Killing the Business. But they did trademark their old indie promotion's name. I forgot what it was. I read the book. I should know, but they did trademark that. And also another trademarking news. AEW did trademark East West Express, which, if you don't know what that is Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne's tag team name in GCW and on the Indies. So I don't know if that is a hint of Jordan Oliver potentially getting signed and being brought in, which I think would be great because MJF has had high praise from him. I've watched a lot of Jordan Oliver on the Indies and in GCW.
I watched him live.
The guy's a phenomenal talent.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of his MLW deal, so he's completely free agent. The guy's amazing. One of the best young stars on the Indies right now.
Jordan Oliver had one of my favorite feuds in GCW with him and Atticus Cogar. That was an amazing feud. I think like 2 years ago. It was so good. But now to address the elephant in the room. This past Saturday, CM Punk returned to WWE, and I'm coming close to just muting the word CM Punk on my fucking Twitter timeline, because now everyone's guzzling his fucking dick as if they weren't.
That's called Twitter.
No, but it's like everyone all of a sudden just went, "Oh no, man, fuck him. He tried to ruin WWE from the inside out, and now he's back."
Well, that's called Twitter.
And I'm like,
if you don't like it, don't use it. That's what I do.
You got like fuckos that we know that are now guzzling his dick as if he wasn't an asshole for the past like 2 years.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna give the level-headed take here, because this is the best thing that could have happened for the WWE. Number one, all right. So this is barring all the shit that happened. We're gonna talk about the AEW stuff, but this was a major money move for WWE. This is going to do unreal business. It already has. If you look at the social media numbers, you look at, we don't have a report yet on t-shirt sales, but if you look at the engagement already, this is a big business move for WWE, and Triple H said it best in his press conference after the show. Obviously Randy Orton came back. That was obviously a huge get again, because obviously he's coming back. But Punk being there in Chicago, a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen, me included. And I mean, it was like, it would be nice, but I don't think it actually is going to happen. But it did. And Triple H said it best in the post-show press conference. He said, if the fans want it, then we'll make it happen. And that's probably the best thing that they could have done.
And I'm not denying that.
No. Is there concerns about his character and not wrestling character?
Actually,
is there concerns about his character and his behavioral status?
So touch upon that real quick.
Obviously,
some, like, this is per Fightful for the Wrestle purists. Some in AEW were told by AEW WWE were told by higher ups that there is a behavioral clause associated with CM Punk's contract.
They were told, so that's not definitive yet. But I mean, I obviously think that would make sense. But just to finish. this is big money. Obviously, there's stuff you have to worry about with him in the WWE in the locker room. You don't want to lose the locker room. We've heard reports already of guys in the locker room just wanting assurance that nothing's gonna go all fucky wucky, like how it did in AEW.
And that's understandable.
But absolutely, because obviously guys in AEW are friends with guys in WWE, vice versa. People have jumped back and forth. Obviously, that's just how the wrestling ecosystem works. But I will say this. This is his last chance. This is his last chance.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot fuck this up. And a part of me thinks he maybe he's gonna stoop back to his own life. But I don't think I think he knows that he cannot fuck up anymore. And I don't think he's gonna do that. Obviously, this is kind of similar to how he came into AEW. It was big fanfare. It was a big love fest. Everybody loved it. And the locker room was basically all for it and stuff like that, and then it went awry. Is that going to happen in WWE? We don't know, and we can't tell. Also, it's not a thing where it's like there's malicious intent coming back with him, because obviously he's talked shit on WWE for numerous years, and even in AEW. I mean, even in promos in AEW, he made the cracks about the WrestleMania being 2 nights and being like a buy one get one free extravaganza. He said at a Comic-Con that the workplace is toxic and it's full of bootlickers and all that stuff. He said a bunch of stuff about I mean, obviously about Triple H and Vince McMahon back even before he even came back to wrestling in AEW. But that's the thing. Obviously people change. Punk, I mean, you can argue that because of what he did in AEW. And that's the thing about this too. This is obviously, I already said, this is big money and this is going to do big business. Yeah, he's going to get what he's going to get pampered and treated. He's not going to have the same luxuries that he did in AEW. He's not going to have basically his own show to himself. He's not going to have basically an unofficial EVP status, and he's not going to have some of the assurances that he did have then that he doesn't have now. But what I want to get across here is that this isn't a bad thing for AEW fans or for WWE fans. CM Punk, if you're a fan of CM Punk, you could watch and enjoy CM Punk in a WWE ring. You got to watch and enjoy him in an AEW ring, but it didn't work out. And it's because of his volition. Obviously there's people who are fans of him is going to claim, oh, he did nothing wrong. He did something wrong. He got fired in disgrace by AEW. It was the completely right thing to do, and even it kind of probably happened a little bit too late that he was fired from AEW. Tony Khan made the right decision by firing CM Punk. And it was his decision.
Because we'll get there.
Yeah, it was Tony Khan's decision. Tony Khan's the boss. Obviously, there was the committee and all that stuff, the disciplinary committee, which we learned yesterday, that was actually headed up by Bryan Danielson,
an unbiased party.
An unbiased party who put the word in to Tony saying, hey, listen, it's not, I can get his tweet up right here from Bryan. He tweeted this out 2 days ago before the report came out, because I guess he probably caught wind that this report was coming out, which, if you don't know Bryan doesn't use social media. He has somebody do it for him. So he probably just told them to post this. But he says, my dad always told me the right thing is often the hardest thing to do. It won't always make the most money. It won't always be the most popular, but it's still the right thing. And that's what he tweeted out. And Dave Meltzer reported that that's basically verbatim what he said to the talent when everybody was informed that Punk was going to get fired.
Because if
it was the right thing to do.
If you think about it from Daniel's, like from Bryan's point of view, it's the fact of which that he put the company first before he put the morality of the company first over the money
and Punk's sanity.
And that makes sense.
And listen, this is a guy who is friends with CM Punk, and obviously Punk was begging for a match with Bryan. He wanted to do a match with Bryan when he was in AEW. He wanted to have that rematch, and obviously Bryan was friends with the guy. I mean, it's not like that we heard nothing about that relationship being frayed. But yeah. I do want to get this across too. because CM Punk obviously is a polarizing figure. Is it a hit to AEW? Absolutely. So he was their biggest star for a long time. Was he outdrawing mostly everybody in his run? Yes, up until the end, until MJF started outdrawing him. But Punk, if you enjoy him, you can watch him. That's good. If it's up to him to not fuck that up. Obviously, it's going to take a hit to AEW, but that's going to happen anyway. It's obviously Brian just said sometimes the hardest things to do are the right things to do. It was the right thing to do. You had to fight this guy. You can't have a workplace environment like that. And if you tried, and like a lot of people on social media don't understand this, but if you tried to do that in a corporate environment, or if you work at Tesla, if you work at fucking MSNBC, if you work at fucking Microsoft, if you work at McDonald's, if you work at fucking AutoZone, if you act like that in your workplace, you're going to get shit canned. A lot earlier than when Punk did. Punk got a lot of chances in AEW, and he blew it. Yeah, was there other parties involved? Absolutely, and they all paid the price for it. But what was the common denominator? CM Punk. So what he needs to do is watch his act in WWE. He needs to not repeat the same mistakes that he did. Obviously, there's people in WWE that do not like him. There's obviously the Seth Rollins thing, but he's going to work with them. He's going to be a professional. I mean, it's not like everybody in AEW wasn't unprofessional. There's people who didn't like him who worked with him. You got Eddie Kingston. You got Jon Moxley. You got Hangman Page. The Bucks and Kenny tried to. But you have guys in WWE like Seth Rollins and like Roman,
Kevin
Owens.
I think Sammy doesn't like him.
You have guys that are gonna work with them, but you can't have these blow-ups again. Hell froze over. I mean, you have the picture with him and Triple H. I never thought I'd see that, but it's a new beginning. It's a very exciting time for wrestling. You're gonna hear a lot of things, and listen. And just because people are like me, we're not shitting on Punk, but we're highlighting the flaws in what he's done and what happened. But recognizing that he is a gigantic draw, he's a gigantic star in the world of professional wrestling, and that it's his last chance. And it's come to a point where, is he a hypocrite for going back to WWE? Absolutely, because of everything he said over the years and everything he's exemplified and shown. However, he has no place other to go. Impact made him a big money offer. They've said that themselves. Scott D'Amore even said it himself. They made him a big money offer that Punk combed through. However, the day of Survivor Series, when that deal with Punk came through, it was very short how this happened. So, is he a hypocrite for going back? Obviously, but that's not the fans' fault. That's just by his own words and his own doing. But is it wrong for him to go back? No. Because it's the only where else he can go. Where's he gonna fucking go?
He also said it best on Monday. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Which is obviously the case. I mean, we saw it in AEW, and should he? I mean, people are gonna take that in a way where it's like, oh my god, there's his true colors. He's still a piece of shit. Do I think Phil Brooks is still kind of a fucking asshole? Absolutely. But guess what? Assholes that make you money and do your big business are gonna get a lot more chances than the fucking asshole that doesn't draw, doesn't pull ratings, and isn't popular with the crowd. That's just how it goes.
But
in the world of wrestling.
The reason why I want to say my piece on it, because it's the hypocrites that me and Christian know. It's the hypocrites that we see there now, just like, all right, he's back home. He's now hot shit.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's obviously the case, because obviously people are gonna act that way, and I don't wrong them for doing that, because if you are a
but they
fan,
wouldn't wrong us.
It doesn't matter. That's a human nature. Life's not fucking fair.
Yes.
What's it called? If somebody goes to WWE that you are a fan of, you're obviously going to be more excited that they went here because you're going to get to watch them more frequently. If people were a fan of Jay White and they wanted him to go to WWE, they're probably a little disappointed. And they still say if you're a fan of WWE and AEW, but you like WWE a lot more. You were upset that Jay White went to AEW because, I would have liked to see him in WWE because that's my preferred promotion. I'm happy that Will Ospreay ended up in AEW because he still gets to do what he wants to do in New Japan and on the Indies. But AEW is my preferred promotion. I still watch and enjoy WWE. I watch more of WWE than a lot of people who like WWE more than me. But I'm happy that Will Ospreay ended up in AEW because, all right, he's in my preferred promotion. That's how it works. And I'm not gonna say, oh my God, fuck WWE for not getting Will Ospreay. Fuck them. Or WWE sucks for not, or AEW sucks for not getting this guy. That's just how it goes. Am I here sitting here rattled that fucking Cody and Jade went to WWE and I don't get to see him on AEW? No, because I'm gonna go watch him on WWE. And we are, and the people who want to see CM Punk, who are AEW fans, are gonna go watch WWE and go and watch CM Punk. The guys who are fans in WWE of fucking Swerve Strickland, the guys who are fans in WWE of Adam Copeland and fucking Christian, they're gonna go watch AEW for them. If you're a fan of both promotions, some may not. That's just how it goes, and I don't fault people for that. And if you want to fault somebody for doing that stuff, then that's just on you. In my eyes in professional wrestling, I don't care if you're wrong about a guess, because in this professional wrestling world, everything's so up in the air that never say never is truly a fucking true term, because it comes to the point where you're guessing more than pro wrestling is just nothing but guessing and speculation. We sit here speculating on shit every day. Just because we're speculating or guessing on something doesn't mean we're dead set on or think it's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But nothing. I mean, this is just a net positive for the industry because it's going to drive more eyes for the industry. This is a big time fucking deal. I'm seeing people fucking using that Punk's return on NFL memes. I see that, and obviously that means there's reach. There's reach involved here. So if you want to dunk on people, I mean, go ahead. But if you're a person like me who enjoys each product, I'm fucking no sweat. I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing CM Punk. He's just in a different place. I'm not missing Will Ospreay. He's in a different place. I'm still watching New Japan. It just doesn't have as much Will Ospreay matches because Will Ospreay's in a different company with great talent. CM Punk's in another company with great talent. People need to get over themselves a lot because it's come to the point where the tribalism is just getting so sickening. Because I'm sitting here watching every promotion like, oh my God, look, fucking. How do you feel that this guy went to WWE? I don't give a fuck. I'm watching it. Yeah. I'm watching this shit. I watch NXT, for Christ's sake. I'm not missing nothing. What the fuck do I gotta be sad about? I don't know.
Also, we forgot to cover this also at the start before the Punk stuff. Ty Mello and Sammy Guevara had their baby yesterday.
Finally.
And Alexa just had hers too, just came out.
Good for the two of them.
Okay, let me get my take on CM Punk here because I've stayed quiet this whole time.
Go right ahead.
Well, obviously, like when he got fired, you knew, okay, well, he's 100% going back to WWE. So that was not surprising in the slightest.
Yeah, if they want him, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't surprising in the slightest. Survivor Series was probably a surprise. And funny story, I actually got invited over a friend's house, but I did not realize the pay-per-view ended at 11 instead of 12 because I've gotten so accustomed to AEW pay-per-views that I literally showed up after Punk showed up, and I'm just like, I checked Twitter anyway, so
you showed up for after the main event. What?
No, I showed up after he came, well after he came out.
So when the pay-per-view was done and over with, you showed up.
Basically, because I thought it went to 12. I went out to dinner and I came home and wanted to watch most of what happened with AEW Saturday, so I would have to watch as little as possible on Sunday, because I initially had plans on Sunday, but yeah, so that happened. Yeah, he was going back to WWE no matter what. Am I gonna go back and watch WWE now? No, because it's just not my thing. When dude,
That's
when
what I
he
say.
was there, and I've said this, I've literally told you guys this multiple times on injection streams. If he goes back, I'm still not going back, because when he was there, when I was watching, the TV show was crap. Honestly, the one redeeming thing most of the time was him, and after a while, it was just like, he left and I left, because frankly, like, if you're watching a show for like one specific character, this just goes, let's just say you're watching Walking Dead and you're in love with one specific character, and that's keeping you watching the show, and then they kill that character off, and you're just like, that was the only character that was keeping me in the show. I don't really feel like watching anymore. That was kind of me. And then after a while, I would give him a second chance. I would give him a second chance. I would give him a second chance. Second chance turned into like 17 of them. I did not feel like the TV product got any better. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done. And I was watching AEW before he came in. I was watching AEW while he was out. I will continue to watch AEW after he has been fired, because I enjoy the on-screen product more.
Mm. No,
so
there's nothing wrong with
everything
that.
I just said is nothing new.
And that's
There's
what I've been
nothing-
saying.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You enjoy the product. See, that's what I want to emphasize. You
Well,
can
that
enjoy
and
it.
plus, I barely have time to keep up with
That's
AEW
what-
these
that's what I'm
days
saying.
somehow. You really think I'm gonna just find
My
all this
thing is-
magical
my
time to go
thing
back
is-
to watching 6 hours of WWE every week? It's not
You
happening.
can enjoy the product of one promotion without shitting on the other promotion. It's not hard.
Like
If you like WWE, you don't have to say, "Oh my God, I love WWE. Fuck AEW." No, you can watch AEW and say, "Oh my God, I love AEW. Fuck WWE." No, you can watch New Japan. "Oh my God, I love New Japan. Fuck AEW and WWE." No. Okay, I like WWE. That's cool that AEW exists. That's awesome that there's an alternative for other people. There's more wrestling for wrestlers and fans. Vice versa. It's not hard. Do people go to fucking McDonald's? "Oh my God, I love McDonald's. Fuck Wendy's."
Some people
Are
do
you
actually.
fucking for real? Are
Some
you
people
for
actually
There
do
are some
that.
people.
Well,
there
I
are
know
some
that,
people.
but
I'll admit
for,
McDonald's breakfast with
no,
the
no.
mix of
I'm not. What I'm
$5
saying.
mix was top tier.
What I'm saying. Just for existing. Do people give a shit that Wendy's exists if they
No.
like McDonald's more?
No.
No.
But so I will admit I am one of the I was one of the people who was like AEW is this, fuck WWE that. That was mainly at the start of AEW because WWE was literal hot garbage.
Right, because WWE was fucking awful back then, but now it's not. And now it's been the best it's been in years.
I don't speak upon it. The only time I ever make a joke that is like fuck WWE is an ongoing meme within a circle of friends that I have whenever they do like their like biannual like mass talent release. Me and my friends go up, fuck the WWE.
Well, that's low key kind of warranted. So,
but like it's just like I personally, I have not said a negative thing about WWE probably since 2020. And remember, like when this show was not even a thing or was in its infancy, I watched the pandemic era of WWE every single week.
oh my God, you actually put yourself through that?
I watched the Performance Center. I watched Thunderdome. I was in some of the Thunderdomes. It is the fact of which that one, I'm like, if I was watching it, I was allowed to shit on it. I don't watch it anymore. I just watch the shit on Twitter. I don't shit on it. If you are watching it avidly, you are allowed to shit on it.
Watching it is pretty fucking good. There's
that's
shitty Raws. Sometimes there's shitty Raws, there's boring Raws, there's good Raws, there's great Raws, there's same thing with SmackDown.
It's like I heard this past Monday was not that good.
The company, the Raw wasn't that great this week, but the company as a whole right now is on fire. They're doing better business than they've ever done before.
And I'm happy for them.
Is it my preferred promotion? No, it's probably my third favorite promotion behind AEW and New Japan, because I have a very different taste than a lot of people when it comes to professional wrestling. WWE is geared more towards fans of obviously sports entertainment. It's an entertainment based product. AEW and New Japan are fucking in ring talent and high work rate match based based promotion. So that's why, and I cater more to that genre. I like in ring work and high level matches more than that. So then
Same.
really entertainment. So you're gonna be catered to a different avenue. So anyway, that's the whole thing.
So with all that being said, there was one
Yeah,
thing that I found truly fascinating about.
Listen, we're gonna
this whole
continue to
thing.
talk. We're gonna continue to talk about all this because, I mean, this is just the start because obviously Punk has not been there for a whole week yet. So there's gonna be a lot more newsworthy shit to come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But,
it's just like this only has like partially to do with Punk. So I don't really care or pay attention to the ratings anymore, but this one I saw on Twitter and I was just like, that's interesting. So not Collision. I think it was Dynamite beat out SmackDown in both overall rating and the demo, which I was just like,
though.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't say, but I'm just like, wait, hold on a minute. AEW did better, and I'm just like, I thought SmackDown was getting around like 2 million.
That's
Did they
because
get,
also-
what happened?
SmackDown was on FS1. They got bumped off for
football, I think, right?
No, it wasn't football. No, yeah, it wasn't football. It was something. They got bumped off for some sport or whatever. They were on FS1. The rating usually is far down when it goes on FS1 because people just don't know. WWE doesn't do a good enough job in letting people know.
Okay. And then Raw didn't even do 2 million.
Well, they were never gonna.
average.
They're never gonna do 2 million during football season. Even though the fucking football game, I mean, Raw was, even though it was kind of a shitty Raw was fucking 10 times better than that putrid piece of shit fucking excuse for a game we had to watch on Monday, between the Minnesota fucking Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Funnily enough, Chicago.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one
I
thing.
probably would have been watching that had I not been like dying in bed.
I'll tell you one thing though. If you were a Chicagoan, you probably were. Chances are you're watching Raw instead of that piece of shit game. But yeah.
Yeah, my whole thing is just like you literally have like the biggest return in WWE in.
They should have opened the show with it, to be honest.
Almost 10
They
years.
should. No way.
Yeah, probably.
Are you kidding me? They shouldn't have opened the show with that because you see CM Punk. Okay, I'm tuning out.
Yeah, because he also got killed for time.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did hear about that. His segment got cut short.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
but
never changed WWE.
No, but you have to close with that. What do you mean you can't close with that? If you open the show with that, you're gonna lose half your fucking viewers.
Well,
that's a risk they have to take.
No, it's not, because they don't have to take the risk if they just close with it, and they didn't. And the reason it's below 2 million is because that's the state of the fucking business. They're not going above 2 million. It hasn't been above 2 million in months because of football, and it never will be. There's people who love wrestling who are never gonna switch off football during football season over wrestling. And plus, 2 million is already
some of these Monday night games this year.
Oh, listen, it doesn't matter. It's a drug. It's chasing the dragon.
Well, at least they're better than the Thursday night games this year. So.
And that's the thing too. That's just the state of the business.
Yeah,
2 million for any wrestling thing is hard to come by, and with an antiquated, outdated system like the Nielsen rating. So that really is a nothing, a big time nothing.
Yeah, that was still like kind of shocking to me. How it's just
I wasn't shocked at all.
Even do 2 million.
But
there was one more thing I had. I just had it. Yeah, all right. If it comes back to me, I'll say it.
All right. So, oddly enough, outside of this long-winded news rant that we had, there was a Dynamite tonight.
Yeah.
A good one.
Yeah.
A lot of tournament. Felt like a G1 show. My shit.
That last match felt like a G1 show, which is, I'm assuming you finished it. I wished it ended in a time limit draw. That one, I would have preferred a little bit more.
Yeah, that was kind of one match that I would hoping would go.
I was thinking about that. We'll talk to it, but I'm glad it actually went away. I'm glad it.
Was there an overrun?
It was. There was. It was 15 minutes. The match went 15 minutes. I'm glad that it actually ended the way it did because of the New Japan history behind Jay White in a G1. Because Jay White never starts tournaments with like winning or
with high points.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he won obviously his first match. He never is like all that fucking crazy in the first half. I mean, I think 2 G1s he lost, and every match was must win or he was out. He won them all, and that's how he ended up in like semis and stuff like that. That's just how Jay White operates in his tournaments. But we'll talk about that later. But we have Dynamite and fucking. Let's start off tonight with Jay Lethal versus
with Bryan Danielson making his way on
Jon
commentary.
Moxley, with Bryan on commentary, and this was a great match.
Yeah, they said something about All In with the sale, and then they gave another rundown of how the tournament works, and then we had Moxley versus Lethal.
Yeah.
It's like, are we gonna like? Is it possible that we might see Mox and Bryan in the finals?
I was actually thinking about this the other day. That would be Could this entire thing be leading to a BCC?
No. But I don't think they can do that.
They even mentioned in commentary that they fight.
No. Because I don't think they could do that again. The New York market would get two rematches, 2 Arthur Ashe main event rematches. Arthur Ashe 2 main event, Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Arthur Ashe 3 main event, Samoa Joe versus MJF. You're gonna give the same match to the same market. I don't think they're gonna do that twice.
True.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
We could go with Mox and Lethal. Lethal still just looking for Sanjay Dutt, Jeff Jarrett, and Satnam Singh behind him. If they ain't coming out, they're not gonna come out anytime soon.
They actually did clarify on commentary that it's gonna be the 2 top point scorers from each block, each league, gonna fight in the semi. So it's not the runner-up from B and the winner of A, and the runner-up from A and the winner of B. So it's going to be the top 2 point getters in the Gold League and then the Blue League. So we could possibly see Swerve and Switchblade again. We could possibly see that if they end up being the top 2 point getters. So that's just how it's going to work.
Okay, that's something that I would have preferred as a finals. I kind of wish certain people were in different leagues, because I would have preferred them for the finals. Like, imagine a Jay White and Swerve final at World's End. It'd be fucking amazing.
Well, there's literally every possibility here is great.
I know, but I'm thinking, hell, maybe even like a Jay and a Jay White and a Bryan final too. That's another.
Well, that's what I think it's going to be. Well, because they're in different leagues, so I think that's completely possible. But anyway,
don't tease me like that, Zach.
But anyway, this match was great. Lethal worked on. This is why I love round robins, because this match was to set up a story for the rest of the tournament. So Lethal, the entire match worked over Jon, his left knee. He worked his left knee. He kept putting him in the figure 4.
He tweaked it going down.
He did a good job of selling that, because I'm just like, ooh, that didn't look good. He doesn't usually sell it like that.
Yeah, he kept putting him in the figure 4. He kept going for the Lethal just kept attacking the knee. Moxley was able to gut through it. He ended up hitting a paradigm shift on Jay Lethal and then choked him out with the bulldog choke, and Lethal tapped out. And Jon Moxley now advances to 6 points. But obviously, I didn't see Lethal beating Moxley here. But obviously, it's a tournament; anything could happen. But Moxley, this was, as I said, this was a match to set up a story. Because now, for the rest of the entire tournament, Moxley's knee will be ailing him. This is how these tournaments work. I'll never forget the one G1 I watched with, I believe it was Ibushi's foot was so fucked up, where there was a match where he just basically was wrestling on one leg. And this is every match. You're gonna see Moxley from now on just sell the knee. That's how it's gonna be. Everybody's gonna be attacking his knee. And it's going to be like this for multiple guys, because it's just how these types of tournaments work. But, yeah, Moxley advances to 6 points. Lethal is at 0. And, yeah, good stuff from these two.
Can we do a prediction for who we think is going to win the early prediction for tournament winner?
We did that last week.
We did?
Yeah.
We did it
I'm
roughly.
sorry. I'm sorry, I was really sick the last couple days.
But yeah, I think like if like for clarification, I think a strong possibility is Jay White and Bryan. If not,
I think whatever I said last week, I'm switching it to Swerve.
if not Jay White, then I'm trying to pull up the leagues again.
Mine it's either between Bryan. Mine is Bryan versus either Swerve or Jay White. Probably Jay White.
The only wrinkle in that is, are they really gonna? Will these fucking asshole bots stop fucking following me?
Yeah, welcome to Twitter.
It's Instagram also. It's just like I don't even use my Instagram.
Farm them follows, man.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Don't care about follower account. You're better than that.
I don't, dude. I post like three.
So okay,
like, once every,
I'm
like,
looking
3
at
months.
this again.
God damn it! That completely threw off my train of thought.
Hey, White.
Thanks a lot, Instagram. The only wrinkle in this whole thing, like, are they going to put? Because remember, the New Japan Strong title's on the line, which is making me believe that Jay White's not winning it, and the ROH title is on the line. So my immediate front runners, with that being said, automatically become Swerve and possibly Claudio. If we're going,
no.
Do I think that's going to be the match? No.
If you're implementing the titles,
Swerve is a strong contender? Absolutely.
I think it's. I mean, because I don't think Bryan's winning at all. I think Bryan's gonna put somebody over.
If we're putting
and plus he's also wrestling at the Tokyo Dome.
If we're putting the titles in mind, then you could either have like Roosh or Claudio in the finals.
Here's the thing, Jay White. I mean, that would be a big time thing for Ring of Honor because obviously he's going to be on AEW, but he couldn't do the pay-per-views.
But also like the New Japan Strong though, he can't do.
Yes, he can. That fucking he isn't. He's banned, but that stipulation means fucking nothing if he wins the title. If he wins their title, there's no choice. That's his ticket back in. That's his ticket back in. That's how he gets back into New Japan. And then you can get your David Finlay match. That's it. It writes itself. You can go get your War Dog. But you could get your War.
No,
I don't think it's because that's not going to happen right away.
Wait,
you can get your Gold feud.
When did this stipulation go into effect again? It was earlier this year, right?
Before he got signed.
It was on his way out because he lost. So he lost to Hikuleo in Japan. Right? Loser leaves. He lost to Hikuleo in Japan. Loser leaves Japan, and he is not allowed to go back to Japan. And then loser leaves New Japan, which is the entire company, and that was to Eddie in that Battle in the Valley show, which was like in April. So
now, would I be happy if I'm wrong here? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He can go back to New Japan Strong if he wins this title. He doesn't mean he has to go back to Japan.
We'll have a lot clearer picture in 2 to 3 weeks.
But it's like him in this tournament and fighting for a New Japan Strong belt just because he's banned doesn't mean anything. Because when those stipulations were made, this tournament wasn't even a concept. Anyway, after this, we had Sting and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. They announced that Revolution is going to be at the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina for Sting's final match. And that was really it. They were talking about the history, but not much more to that.
Just we got a Ric Flair woo.
So we got a woo. After that, we were right into another Gold League match at the Continental Classic. We had Mark Briscoe versus Roosh. And this is another great match. It was a hard-hitting match. You knew what was advertised with these two. I mean, obviously these guys are gonna fucking kill each other. But this was a great match. They were right out the gate.
Roosh is like one of the best choppers in the business, in my opinion. He just has that one chop per match. Where like I've heard a million chops, but he always has that one where even I'm just going, "Oh my god." Yeah.
My mom hates him because she thinks he's too physical, and she thinks he's out to hurt people. I'm like, Ma, why the fuck does everybody want to work with this guy? Because she's like, no, he's dangerous. I'm like, he's not fucking dangerous. Brian's sitting there loving him. He wants to work with him because he's he's beating the shit out of people. And that's the one thing. That's a great credit I have. Roosh is fantastic. He always feels like he's on gear. Like he feels like he has this aura about him that is like I'm not comparing him to Brock, but he has that same type of aura that Brock has. Like, this guy at any moment can fucking snap and take shit into his own hands. Like he's hitting this guy like it's like, damn, bro, you didn't have to fucking do all that. But like he always feels like he just feels like he's out there like to really get you.
He
but
brings
he's obviously
a certain level of
intensity. Yeah, and obviously everyone wants to work with him. He's not dangerous, and he's a star in this business, so he doesn't have a reputation or anything like that. But he's got that type of intensity that he does. That it's like guys like Brock and guys like Joe, and even like in like Shibata in New Japan, Ren Narita as well. Just that type of stuff that this guy can maim you if he wants to. But this was a great match. There was a point in this match where I was kind of worried about Roosh. It looked like he kind of fucked his knee up a little bit, and they went and checked on him. But the match continued.
I
Briscoe,
forgot these two were back to back. Shit.
Yeah, Briscoe. He was. I mean, that fucking. I get scared every time I see an elbow drop to the floor now after the MJF shit. But they were really going at it. Roosh ended up beating Mark Briscoe with the Bull's Horns for the victory. He advances to 6 points. Not 6 points. He advances to 3 points. Excuse me. So he finally has his points in his league. Mark Briscoe still does not have any points, but yes. So Roosh advances to 3, and that was pretty great. After this, we had Timeless. She's timeless, dude.
And the fucking freaks in the audience went crazy for her feet.
Yeah, and anybody...
Not my thing.
Yeah, me neither. But then we had RJ City. I love how they have like RJ City's like her personal fucking interviewer.
Yep.
And then in the back we had Mariah May holding the title, and then we had Luther. But Luther took the title away from Mariah. Mariah gave him a dirty look. And then she had a little fan. She started fanning Tony. He took it and started fanning her. She gave him another dirty look. So obviously they're continuing with this thing. But Tony's complaining about how she's achy and she's got the gout and she doesn't want to defend her title.
She's got the gout. That's too much salt in her diet.
Yeah, and she's fucking complaining about shit. I mean, she has RJ to take off her shoes.
She went to a party with one of the Kennedys. Don't know who.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was a little bit of an underrated line right there.
Yeah, she must have been playing COD Zombies. That's the only party that motherfucker's at right now. But anybody...
you know, the funny thing is, I was actually hoping to see a COD sign in the fucking audience tonight.
There will never be a COD sign. Those
down,
fans...
Nick. It's such a storm. But anyway, she didn't really do anything. She didn't really...
Do I have to bring one to World's End?
I'll fucking rip it up.
Yeah, I would too. If you're an adult with a sign, fuck you. Anyway,
fuck your birthday.
If it's not, yeah, fuck your birthday. If it's not funny, if at least it's not funny, fuck you. If you're pushing a political message with your sign, you need to be jumped and curb stomped. And like Tony Soprano when he put that guy Coco's fucking mouth on the step.
Oh god!
And then he stepped on it. I hope that somebody does that to you outside the Nassau Coliseum. I really hope so.
That was fucking wicked.
I don't want you to die. I don't wish death on people, but I do wish bodily harm if you put a political message on your sign. Anyway, how
about hi mom?
How about shut the fuck up? Go bring a sign. Go buy a merch. Go sit down and enjoy the show. How about that?
Or both.
How about promoting the YouTube channel?
No,
okay.
Don't even do that. No.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay.
No,
gotcha.
don't even do that. If you have a sign, have it say fucking doo-doo shit poopster or something like that. But I don't know.
I swear to Christ, if I see anyone with a doo-doo shit poopster sign, I'm gonna
you don't know the legend of doo-doo shit poopster, all right? Juju Smith-Schuster, he didn't deserve that.
I just thought of a hilarious one. You guys want to hear it?
Fuckface McGillicuddy.
Sure, come on.
No. So, think of Hobbs's new catchphrase.
Big, black, and jacked.
Yes.
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 I'm small, I'm white, and I'm skinny. And you can't get it.
No.
Yeah, that sounded better in your head.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Okay.
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Not funny.
Hey.
Didn't laugh.
That's
okay.
That's who's big black. You know, you got some nerve singing Donkey Kong when we're talking about big black and jacked, because that's another guy who's big black and jacked.
All right, so after Timeless Tony Storm, we now have MJF.
That's your fault. That was racially motivated.
It was not racially motivated, you fuck.
That was not.
Okay. All right. So after Timeless Tony Storm, we have MJF coming out.
My God.
With a cane. He's hobbling there. He tweeted out, but soon deleted that he has a torn labrum, and he will still be fighting at AEW World's End against
This
Samoa
mother
Joe.
dude, it's the fucking walking wounded, bro. You have this guy has no arm, he's got no hip. You got Adam Cole, he's got no leg. Roddy's got no fucking neck. No neck November. Is almost finished. God damn it. But I mean, Jesus Christ.
MJF
destroy neck December.
MJF he says some very interesting words. He goes like, I think he had mentioned shit about like, someone didn't like, I forgot the exact wording, but like he said like, I'm not to pad their pockets with money. He mentions that he has beaten every great top star in AEW, from Cody, Jericho, Punk, Moxley, Bryan, amongst others. And then he had mentioned that like he had got a poster in the mail, which is TNA never sent out posters in the mail. You had to go with like a Pro Wrestling Illustrated thing to probably get a TNA poster, or somehow they reached out to Long Island, was like, send it out to via mail. So he had mentioned that he got a poster for TNA Wrestling. He had watched it, and he saw a guy who stood out above the rest. That is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. He broke the mold. He wasn't this Hercules-type guy. He never was a world champion in WWE. And then he had mentioned that like he hates the fact of which that he can't sleep comfortably because his hip keeps popping, or his knee keeps sliding out, or his shoulder is fucked up. But he's saying he's going into Long Island, and he's going to fight, and he's going to give it all to Joe. And then the lights start flickering out. Out come the goons. And
the fact that he's dealing with all of these problems at the same time, he is a trooper.
I do want to say this though about his promo, because this was a fantastic promo by MJF. People are going to take it out of context. They already are with the quote, with the WWE one. But it's true. He got one opportunity at the WWE Championship at Great Balls of Fire against Brock Lesnar, and that was a one and done, and that was it. If you didn't know, Brock wanted to drop the title to Joe. Because even he understands that Joe is a fucking legit guy. And they should have did it. Joe should have been a WWE champion. If Triple H got fucking power 4 years before he did, Joe would have been the WWE champion.
Oh yeah.
But listen, it's true. But Joe is obviously one of the best. He's gonna get his title shot, and in my opinion, him winning the title is not really a far-fetched thing at this point in time. It really isn't.
And also, as we had mentioned this too, we bring this up. MJF did not bury his opponent going into a pay-per-view, even though we are a month out from this pay-per-view, a month almost to the hour.
Because he's a good boy. He's a good little boy.
So
a good man.
But yeah, this promo is fantastic. He breaks the cane over his leg though before the goons come out and attack. I was trying to, even though we won't know probably until next week who two of them are, at least if it's
Yeah, I
built
think we're
as
gonna
that.
be finding out. I think we're gonna find out who at least 2 of them are.
So I was trying to see by stature, trying to get like a
Was
memory.
one of them the front one? Did that look like Mike Bennett? Because I saw him and I'm just like, that
Mike
looks.
Bennett.
No,
It ain't
I'm
fucking Mike
convinced
Bennett.
one of them could be Griff Garrison because Griff Garrison is back. He's backstage. I think he had a post with
He's
he's been back for months on Ring of Honor. He's been wrestling on Ring of Honor for months.
Well, I don't have Honor Club. I can't watch Honor. I don't know.
All right, so he's tagged. So what he's doing right now, he's tagging with Cole Carter, and they're being managed by Maria Kanellis.
That's right. Yeah. Now I remember now.
But yeah. So obviously, so they're getting attacked. They had devil faces on the back of them, on the back of their
like jackets or something like that.
Yeah, so one of them had a bat. He was holding it up to MJF while the other 3 held up. Now Joe came out to make the save. They got ran off. And then some text came on the screen, and
it took a while for that text to get prompted.
Well, the feed fucked up. The actual TBS feed fucked up because if you go back and look at the video, the devil mask showed up, and then it goes in the shadows of our game, and then the shadows our game begins. Next week, MJF and Samoa Joe will you face the unknown in a tag team match? Are you a hero at Max? ? However, Joe is trying to calm him down. He takes the bat and he agrees to it. Joe tells him not to be stupid, but
don't be stupid.
So they have to tag again. But that's the thing here. This is the first time MJF directly has been attacked. So MJF should be out of the loop here.
So do you want to know who one person now is being put into rotation?
2 of these guys have some size. So.
Yeah, one of them that I was looking at is like, this guy actually is somewhat big.
No, the guy holding the bat had some size to him, and then the guy.
There's the guy on the left of him holding MJF's right arm is a big dude. Yeah. And the first person I thought it was Alex Hammerstone.
That's fair.
And I don't know if it's him because he's still in MLW, even though he doesn't have a contract anymore. He actually just got released from his contract. He requested his release and he got it, but he's still showing up in MLW doing stuff.
But do you want to know one person now that's being tossed around that I saw from like a few people guessing? That's Sami Callihan.
I could see that.
People are
I don't know about
Sami Callihan.
I don't know about the devil himself, but I think maybe one of them. Also, Holiday on his Instagram has been posting some real cryptic shit, and one of them
do that these days.
Well, they're highly produced videos. So one of them is him talking to a therapist, and like the Rorschach tests, like what do you see in this picture? The therapist shows him the picture, and the camera can't see it. Because the camera's on Holiday, and Holiday's, you know what? Same time next week, he just cuts the thing off. He leaves. He doesn't answer. And he leaves. It was very strange. Obviously, he has history with MJF. They used him and Hammerstone. Were in the Dynasty with MJF and MLW. They were a tag team together in MLW. Max is dating Alicia Tout, which in storyline and in kayfabe in MLW, Richard Holiday dated her as a work in MLW. There's that. Obviously he's been tagging with a Hammerstone on the indies as of late. So I think Holiday is somebody that is pretty, I think you should look at as one of the goons.
Okay. But like maybe the guy with the bat could be Callihan.
I think
because Callihan has lost.
Callihan uses a.
Because also Callihan has lost weight. He's a bit more slimmer.
No, that's not even about that. The bat is so much associated with Sami Callihan that in Impact, basically he didn't come out. Most of the shit,
he killed Eddie Edwards.
That's what I'm about to say. Most of his things because he's a big deathmatch guy. Well, not real deathmatch, but he's a big hardcore match guy. He is very synonymous with the bat. He obviously almost killed Eddie Edwards with the bat shot to the chair, and then it hit Eddie in the eye. They did storylines with that in Impact. So I think Sami Callihan is
If
a
not
contender here.
If not a goon, he's also a strong contender for the devil as well. He's in contention.
I don't know. I think a goon would suit him better. Obviously the glitching and shit. Sammy was doing that in Impact.
Mm.
But I don't know. I think we'll find out who two of them are next time. And next week. So
And I saw
confirmed.
I can't find the post I saw on Twitter, but somebody like screenshotted a zoomed in Wardlow.
It's not
upon
Wardlow.
His entrance. It's not Wardlow, obviously, but
people are
like they're just like this. His hair looks messed up, like he was just wearing a mask, and I'm just like, did any one of those have the stature of fucking Wardlow? No.
God. Yeah, it was like, oh, Wardlow had a match right after this segment. Not a coincidence. But we're probably gonna find out the identity of two of them next week in Calgary. No, in Montreal, Quebec. That's gonna be interesting. Yep. If like I said once again, if reports are to be true, everyone under the mask is working and under contract with AEW for the time being. Because it has been confirmed that they're not just bodies.
Thank God.
So you can, like, as we had mentioned, like, now for 2 weeks straight, you can rule out any of the released talent from WWE.
No, you can't. Because their non-competes are up at World's End.
No, but the bodies but the bodies have been confirmed to be the ones that they are.
Yeah, they're gonna be guys, but that could be.
They could just be saying that then?
I really think they could be saying that, or it's people, or if there's one person who is a released talent, with the intention that they're going to be signed.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is, if the devil does in fact get revealed at World's End, and God forbid it's Britt Baker, I legitimately might.
It's not gonna be Britt Baker.
Holy shit! What the fuck is up with these people who think it's Britt Baker?
Because they go up by the first devil.
Did you see her? Did you see your tweet from earlier?
Oh my God, bro! She tweeted.
It didn't. No. It didn't even have anything to do with this.
She's been tweeting this shit for years. She tweeted this shit back in the day when MJF was a fucking heel. She tweeted this shit when MJF and Regal were doing segments.
It has absolutely nothing to do with this storyline. What she tweeted.
She's been tweeting this before this story's even happened. She's been tweeting this since MJF was a heel. She's always did that. What the this ain't new. She's been doing this for years. I don't get it. She's been talking about, the MJF has this much time. She's been doing this before the devil shit even started, months ago.
The only reason why people keep circling
back. He can't fucking fight her.
The only reason why people keep circling
she said
back
she said it on a podcast. I'm not the devil. So that's it.
I'm gonna just send the tweet I saw because it has absolutely nothing to do with this. It has absolutely nothing to do with this.
The Christian Cage watches back too? Because she mentioned him too.
Oh, you're posting it in the group chat.
I'm burying a dead father. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is what I'm looking at, bro. Yeah. She does this every time MJF has a long promo. She did this in the Pillar segment.
I didn't even equate that to this match. I literally saw that tweet and went, huh. That's right.
I see that.
So the only reason why people keep circling back to her is because of the first devil. That's the only reason why, and I hate it.
Mercy.
They shot themselves in the foot by revealing the first devil figure, like back in
what first devil figure?
The one that was there during the attack of Jay White.
Yeah.
Because I'll share it in the group chat. The
guy was smaller?
Yes, that's the only reason why, because it didn't have broad shoulders.
And fucking Britt Baker got built the same.
Because everyone's like,
she's probably 120 pounds. He's probably 140.
Because everyone's like, oh, the no broad shoulders must be a
Oh my
female.
god, bro! Are you
It's the
fucking
only reason
crazy?
people keep
What
doing
the fuck
that.
is
I
wrong with
hate it.
people?
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, the devil's got tits.
But it's
You
like
fucking crazy.
there's like it's 99% Jack Perry, then like the other 0.0% what everyone else is like chugging into the into the ether.
Fucking Britt Baker, yo, holy shit! I'm gonna have a fucking coronary if somebody says that shit again to me. It's Britt Baker.
Better not be.
You motherfucker.
I'll bring a sign to a fucking event if it's Britt Baker. And make fun of myself on Instagram. Anyway,
yeah, because you'll be on hard cam.
Fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, Don Bostic. We mentioned that earlier. We're now up to the AR Fox versus Wardlow.
I didn't even mean to send you guys on that whole rant. I just completely disassociated that tweet with whatever the fuck was going on here.
Anyway, Wardlow and AR Fox, I was actually right in my thing that they were going to give AR Fox some offense and have Wardlow have his first real match, but it wasn't really anything that long. They made it a point to say that Wardlow's matches have been under 5 minutes. But yeah, Wardlow easily defeated AR Fox with ref stoppage. That's how they're going with these conclusions to these matches, which I like. It makes him feel like a fucking complete killer. He beat him with the Swanton and then the last ride powerbomb. But anyway,
after this we had
what did you put in this? Come on! Oh my god!
What happened?
Oh great heavens! The Devil's Britt Baker. Look at the shoulders.
That was from that is now like 3 minutes old.
There's some women that I know, all right,
that have broad shoulders.
That have broader shoulders than a lot of men. I see. I have friends that are built like fucking Slim Jims, all right, and his name ain't Jim. But Jesus Christ Almighty, I'm not getting into this again. I can't have this conversation again.
Okay, so after that, it was Top Flight and Action Andretti versus Brother Zay and the Hardys.
Okay, this was actually, I thought this match was a lot better than it had any right to be. And a lot of that was on the crowd because it had the full support of the crowd because this was Dante Martin's first match back in front of his home crowd, his hometown crowd. They showed a figure in the crowd that wasn't his girlfriend, but it was a familiar face to sick fucking psycho individuals like me.
Like you, yep, you.
And to Matt Riddle. Look it up. I'm not kidding.
Man.
I'm not kidding. And to Matt Riddle, because that's how I know her. But anyway,
son of a bitch. Damn
what do you think? Yeah, but anyway, this was Dante's first match back. The crowd gave him a great reception. He did his entrance. I had no worries that I'm like, oh my god, is this injury going to affect his? They showed the injury again, which I was glad they did because it had to remind people. And listen, obviously they gave you the warning to look away, but that's not the worst. That's not the worst thing you've ever seen. Fucking grow up. But I've seen some worse shit. I've done the pain gauntlet, all right? But anyway, fucking, they had
the thing I shared in group chat just popped Mike's ass.
Oh Jesus!
For the first time you put in the group chat, something funny. Anyway, what's it called? I was concerned that maybe his leg injury was gonna hamper his hops, but it didn't. This guy is still flying around like a fucking asshole. They called Top Flight for a reason, but these boys were working. They look Dante and Darius and Andretti look. Obviously Dante looked great. And this was just a great match. Great 6-man tag. Dante, Darius, and Andretti picked up the victory. Matt Hardy was very pissed off after. But when I was watching this, I'm like, he's not a flippy wrestler, but he could still do all the flips. But now that they got access to Will Ospreay, could you imagine a Dante Martin Will Ospreay match? Oh my lord!
Hell, even if you want to think about if he wants to team up with them for trios, Aussie Open and Will Ospreay versus Action Andretti and Top Flight.
Fucking Sky Blue Bowl. Anyway,
that's fuck. I forgot about that. That would be
ooh.
But so.
My mom actually fucking said that. said that well, you think they're gonna wrestle them? Like they have to. They're fucking two of the best tag teams in the company. Fucking Sky Blue Bowl.
So after this, we now yeah, you mentioned that Matt Hardy was a little bit pissed. I think this is gonna lead into a Hardy Boys versus Private Party match because Mark Quinn is reportedly just about set to return.
It was a knee injury because he got surgery earlier this year.
He was reported backstage around the same time.
Because he had a long layoff before he got surgery.
Yeah.
That's why he's been gone for so long. So I hope he comes back soon. I miss Private Party.
I think like with Matt Hardy being pissed, I think keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think that could do that.
So just like I keep that in mind if the Hardys want to go heel, it's kind of easy at this point now because people are a little bit stale on them. In AEW, I feel
1 year ago today. Holy shit!
What?
I thought that was this year for some reason.
What?
1 year ago today, MJF introduced the Triple B and attacked Regal.
That
for some reason I thought Regal was this.
I could have swore that was before the fucking the UBS show. I could have swore he debuted it before that.
A year ago.
Shit.
But anyway, yeah, I expect the Private Party Hardy's feud, so that'd be cool. After this, we had another fucking dirty Minnesotan.
No,
Minnesota.
Did we mention the backstage promo between
Oh yes, so we had a backstage
the Lucha Bros
between Action Andretti and Top Flight, and they were approached by Penta, the guy who was in on the injury with Dante when the move obviously was an accident, but still they could play off of it.
Yeah.
So they had Penta walk up, and then they had Commander, and he had Commander and Vikingo with him, and that is a fucking that is a fucking air traffic control fucking matchup right there.
That is a 0 hour World's End.
Drew Gulak was here, he'd have the fucking no-fly zone sign, but that's gonna be a crazy fucking probably collision match. Or Rampage match, whatever, because we didn't get no Rampage announcements.
Nah, give that to like a 0 hour.
No, because that's no, because we're way too far away from that.
I guess it'll build.
That's Collision or Rampage.
Okay. I tried.
Ain't no damn build to that fucking match. But anyway, that's just one of those matches that Tony books. Like, I fuck it. But after this, we had another dirty fuck. Minnesotan, Vikings, Dobster, Passionate, Rocket Man,
Minnesota,
Alopecia Alpha, Alphapecia.
My man Ryan says it best. Whoever is mad over the devil not being MJF, go cry me a river.
If you thought MJF was going to be the devil in the first place,
you had to go to the special classes.
He was the original one.
He is the devil. Not anymore. He's a nice devil. He's a nice one. He's like the devil from Cuphead.
Nah, if you're if anyone thought MJF was a devil, I'm gonna leave you a link to a public apology that I saw from a comedian.
Public apology.
You didn't hear about that? A comedian made a domestic abuse joke in his stand-up, and
what
then
the fuck is he apologizing for that for?
Because people got pissed off, and then he went on to Instagram, says, "Here's a link to my apology." It was a link to special needs helmets.
Oh, I would have done something better. I would have like posted a video of me fucking shadow boxing outside the battered women's shelter or some shit like that.
See, people got pissed off.
Joke, but I saw it on a meme. It was a funny ass thing. It was like this guy shadow boxing outside the battered women's shelter.
But like, people have to get over it. It's a comedian.
It's comedy. You can make fun of anything. Nothing is beyond the line. All right, I'll make fun of anybody. Not make fun of. I'll joke about anybody or anything.
No,
And if
fuck
you
it.
don't
We
like
make fun
it-
of almost everyone here. Come on.
Oh, you don't listen. If you saw my group chat, if you heard my Xbox conversations or my lunchroom talks with the boys, I'd be in fucking jail. All right, I'd be
So
locked
would a
up.
lot of people.
I'd be locked up.
Same.
No, I'd be on a. I think I'm probably already on a watch list just due to my Instagram reels. But I'd be on a watch list. I'd be on some sort of fucking government tracking agency. I'd be in fucking prison
But yeah.
for saying some of these things, these nefarious things that I say.
So,
I think it's CM Punk.
he's joking about that.
I hope
He
he's joking.
100% is showing that
You know
this is my boy.
You know something? If it was CM Punk, that would be a fucking story. All right? If it was CM Punk, that shit would
Homeboy.
probably be the craziest fucking thing that has ever happened in wrestling.
Homeboy gets WWE legal trouble for contract tampering.
And then they got fucking Tony Khan and Triple H, because Tony has his pointing pictures with Doug Peterson of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the head coach. Imagine they combined, like they did the fusion dance. And then they went, and then instead
That's
they went like
every
this.
layer of hell freezing over at once.
They touch tips. They touch tips like this.
All right.
Like that,
So
all right.
okay. So the Minnesotans.
This footage of me doing that. That's disgusting. I shouldn't be doing that.
Okay. So the Minnesotans.
We had Julia Hart here, this fucking spooko.
It's Vince. Yes. It was me, Max.
It was me, Austin.
It's
It
me,
was-
Austin.
It was
That
me
was
all
me.
along.
All along.
Oh, it'd be Shane McMahon. Anyway, we had Julia.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Actually, listen, JR could be on commentary to make that call.
Son of a.
Son of a bitch.
It's me, Austin. Oh, son of a bitch.
I'm out. It's like when I watch a Cleveland Browns thing, and then they always put the Vince McMahon, "Come on out here, you rapist!" Oh my god. Here comes the Sean. Anyway.
So we had Julia Hart versus Emi Sakura. Really fun match between these two.
Yeah, this is fun. This was just a thing for Julia to get a match in her hometown.
Also, I
not
like
really
how they're
here.
implementing the house rules onto her title.
Because she has a title now, so they're gonna have the house rules on Julia's TBS title. So that's cool. Good match. Not really much to say. Julia wins. No stories. Picked up there. Just hometown thing. After
that
this,
was, that was kind of refreshing to be like, no submission finish allowed.
Mariah May was in the back with RJ City, trying to get a word in. Trying to get a word in with Tony Khan.
I saw that smile.
No, I'm reading the
what do you call it?
comments.
What do you call it? The cultivator. Because Taz said it on commentary like he was discussing the cultivator of matches, a cultivator of worlds. That
people or something like that.
Yeah, cultivator of people or something like that. So Mariah May, she knocks on the door to Tony Khan's office. The way she was wording, it sounded like she was going to give him some sexual favors. We don't know.
Hopefully he wasn't in a meeting there.
But that's just the way she was talking. I don't know why she was talking like that.
He was doing lines.
But she said she was in Stardom. She had quite the run, as she said. In all intents and purposes, she did have quite the run.
Yes.
Yeah, so she goes to see the curator of people. Tony Khan is going to book her against has to book her in a fucking title match because of the way she was talking. But we'll see. She might end up.
She was acting like she wanted RJ City involved in on the action too.
Well, listen, we don't know.
Well, I told you he blew it. So
well, listen, no disrespect, but RJ's one of those ones that you can't fucking. I don't know where to go. I don't know. I don't know what this. I don't know.
He probably plays both sides of the plate.
I don't know what sport he's playing. But anyway, I don't know what fucking bad. What
he
kind
plays
of
for both teams. I feel.
We'll see. Could be. I've had friends like that who are like, I don't know, man. Like that. I mean, kind of like they have that type of tone of voice, so it's like, oh.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
You're about to fucking look at me something like this.
It doesn't matter though. It's all good. Now, after this,
Hey, bro,
After this, we lead into the Christian segment, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, so
the patriarch.
The patriarch. Christian comes out with
this guy.
Two local indie guys.
This guy. No. He came out there with Jake Manning, the Man Scout, who works for AEW. He came out there with Dean Alexander, who works for AEW. He came out there with Rosario Grillo, who works for AEW. And the two other guys were the seamstresses. I shit you not, from AEW. They make the gear. I follow them on Instagram, and one of them was on top. And one of them was on. They've been on Sammy's vlog multiple times, and the black guy with the glasses was just on Talk Is Jericho.
That's wild. Okay.
So we have three jobber wrestlers who work for the company and two seamstresses. So this was some fucking band of security.
So we have the Young Bucks understudies, and then
stand-ins. That is to you.
Stand-ins.
Understudy. What the fuck?
Also, Chris mentions that Sky Blue deserves a title match. She'll probably get one down the line.
You just fucking had one.
She'll get another one down the line. Who just don't gotta, put that out into the strong world just yet. She'll get one. She'll get another one down the line. So, Christian here, the patriarch is what?
I thought you were talking about me. I am a patriarch.
That's okay. He is talking very softly. He just wants
Buddy to come out, yo.
He wants Adam.
After Killswitch got his fucking brain scrambled on Collision.
Also,
and then, I love the crowd. Adam!
Also, Killswitch has trademarked his name now too.
I mean, they should, because he probably has to use that because apparently there's ongoing lawsuit with the mask and the name and shit. So we don't know.
Which is anyway. I love how Roddy has now made everyone who's named Adam's life a living hell in AEW.
Adam. I told my mom if we get another pet, I'm naming it Adam. So I can go Adam. Adam. Neck health awareness. Hey, I will say this though. Shout out to JD McDonough of the Judgment Day on WWE. Fucking repping neck health awareness with a neck brace on Monday Night Raw. I'm considering going to World's End with my fucking neck brace because I have one. I had to wear one once from a soccer injury. But I swear to God, I think I might be doing it because I'm like, that'd be actually pretty sick. Fucking wearing a neck brace.
You're not gonna get any special treatment.
I'll bring my walker. I have got special treatment before when I actually had a legitimate back injury.
Well, I could be like the guy from SpongeBob. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every night I break my arms. Every night I break my legs. And every time I lie on my bed in agony, it's my heart attacks put me to sleep.
I just did 500 pounds on the leg press at the gym. Who do you think you're dealing with here? Some fucking cockamamie ass Negro? No. Yeah, you're dealing with a guy right
Tell me, like, that is not one of your favorite bits from SpongeBob, though?
I don't fucking know quotes from SpongeBob because I barely watched it. I was a fucking Phineas and Ferb and Zach and Cody kid.
You were a Disney kid. That's why you're not as fucked up as I
missed
am.
Out.
Oh, no. I wasn't a Disney. I watched my fair share of SpongeBob, but I wasn't there for the peak. But
now, granted, those were two great shows you mentioned.
Yeah, but you throw some fucking Sweet Life on deck. Sweet Life, fucking some Phineas and Ferb, some Pokemon for perhaps. Hey, even some Kick Buttowski, if you will.
That was my morning show as a kid. I used to watch before.
Listen, I'm built like Kick Buttowski. But anyway, and you built like Gunther. Anyway, am I wrong?
Not necessarily.
Mike built like his brother.
Okay.
We got a whole reunion here. No disrespect, that's a great show.
But yeah, so you can definitely tell who grew up on Nickelodeon, Disney, and Cartoon Network just by who they are.
I grew up on YouTube, to be honest with you. That's why I'm such a fucking sicko. I'm in the generation that was watching Mega Man X Let's Plays with the guy cursing up a storm when I was 7 years old.
I was the one who watched Happy Wheel gameplays with people cursing up storms.
I was playing Happy Wheels at fucking school.
Same.
lunch monitor says somebody get decapitated. What the fuck? We playing that shit for 3 months.
I love how Chris commented, I was watching Sweet Life on Deck yesterday.
That's my goat, yo. Mr. Mosby. London Tipton.
Did you know that Mr. Mosby killed a guy?
Did you know that fucking Zach went to a Project M tournament?
That makes sense. But so Christian is talking softly. He wants Adam to come out. And it takes...
You gotta specify which Adam though in this company. There's a lot of them.
He wants Adam Copeland to come out. It took a long time. A real long time.
How many Adams we have? We have Adam Cole, Adam Copeland, Adam Page.
Damn, that's a lot of Adams.
I think that's it.
That's it.
But
3 Adams.
So
we should split the Adam. Call him Nuke.
It took a long time for Adam Copeland to come out. For some reason, I think he was just jaw jacking with Tony Khan. I was like, yeah, just let him wait. It's ribbing him. I'm ribbing him. And they finally hit his music. He comes out. He then says to Christian says to his security team, "You may leave." Christian does his thing. He goes like, "Hey, I'm sorry. Like, hey, I know you grew up with a single mom. You had no dad."
Nostalgia. He went to nostalgia. He went to like, look how much we've been together. We went on the road. We were in the company. We succeeded together. We went to school together. Your dad was. But first, this was the great part. When the crowd was great. It's like, but you did grow up with a single mother, and the crowd's like, oh shit, here we go, because you knew it was coming. Fucking, he's like, you didn't have a father, but my dad was like your father, and you were my brother. Like your dad was like
disciplined you.
My dad was your dad. But yeah, dude, he was fucking talking about this shit, and then he's like, let's do this for your mom. Your mom passed away. Let's do this for her. She wanted to see us tag in the ring one more time. Let's do it for your mom. So he starts and he holds the belt and he gets in the way he was holding him. This guy's about to fucking go try to hit him. But he goes to try to hit him. Adam fucking smashes him in the balls. And then he gets on the mic and he goes, I'm gonna next week shine this up real tight, maybe even sleep with it. I'm taking your title in Montreal. Oh, and one more thing. Go fuck yourself. And they didn't bleep this shit at all. The crowd's reacting, and 10 seconds later, they're bleeping nothing. Nothing is being said. They're bleeping
like
it.
10 seconds, which just made it.
I'm blaming the devil for this one.
What I chalked this up to was like, don't bleep it. We'll pay the fine. Fuck it. That's what I think happened here. It's like, don't bleep it.
They probably had to bleep it.
I'm sorry. We missed it. We missed it, guys. Sorry.
Slipped.
Listen, TBS has been fucking him over for a long time, so might as well
mainly just Time Warner.
Dante's return promo on Collision got fucked up.
So I was laughing. I had DVR'd Collision. I tried to DVR Rampage because it wouldn't let me, but it was just it was just like 2 matches I missed, and I heard the Shibata and Unit match was good. So. That's all I care. That's
the thing. I want to mention that too. That was a piece of news we forgot to mention. Shibata lost the pure title because he had to go home to Japan imminently. Like he couldn't. Like it was urgently that he had to go back. I don't know what that is about. I don't know if it's a family thing. I don't know if it's a thing with the visa or his head or I don't know. But what Tony was even asked about CM Punk. In an interview, he didn't say anything, but
he said, "I only care about."
His main concern was about Shibata, so I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I hope Shibata's okay or whoever who's around him.
So,
or if it's,
so yeah, like he was like you had Action Andretti and you had Darius cutting this promo, and then it cuts to the fucking NBA commercial, and I'm like. Did my DVR fuck up here, or?
No, I saw
also,
that too.
It was perfectly timed too. It was perfectly timed for the cutoff too. It was so stupid. But yeah, TBS and TNT have been really fucking over AEW.
I'm literally watching this Christian Adam Copeland thing again because that was just so damn.
It was. Because I have a feeling they must have been like, tell like, hey, if anything happens, say. To Time Warner that we finger slipped for the time it. Our feed is a bit more behind right now. For some reason, that devil stuff that we had to program in fucked up on our end. It fucked up our feed. But yeah, like Adam Copeland goes, "Go fuck yourself," clear as day, and the crowd goes wild, and music hits.
Yep, and that was a great segment, and that led into the main event.
We missed it so badly. It's even funnier the second time.
It's time for the main event. They didn't do no fucking Rampage or Collision rundown.
Oh,
because I think a lot of Rampage and Collision is going to be the tournament stuff.
Well, not Rampage, but the Collision is going to be the Continental Classic matches. We have Claudio Castagnoli versus just an update on the tournament itself. What happened on Collision? We had Brody King defeat Eddie Kingston in a great match for 3 points, excuse me. And we had Claudio defeat Daniel Garcia to earn 3 points. And this time around, we have Daniel Garcia versus Andrade. We have Bryan Danielson in his first match against Eddie Kingston. We have Brody King versus Claudio. So three great matches there. But anyway, those are going to be the Collision matches. But it's
and
time.
Then we just had the one
event.
match announced for next week for Dynamite, which is Christian Cage and
Adam Copeland. Well, it's time for the main event. We had a Continental Classic League match between Swerve Strickland and Switchblade Jay White, and these motherfuckers were hooping. These boys were hooping. These guys were going at it. I knew this was going to be a great match because they only wrestled once. I believe it was his first match, but it happened not a year ago, but 2 years now actually. When Swerve left WWE, he wrestled Jay White on New Japan Strong. And they did have a great match together. But yeah, these two were fucking great. I mean, both have great momentum, and Swerve, I mean, he's on another level right now. And these guys, I mean, this literally could have gone back and forth. And by the time we got to the 15-minute mark, I had the thoughts of, okay, this could go time limit just to not beat either guy. But thinking of my New Japan brain coming in, it's like Jay White really doesn't start tournaments all that well. And I think they're going to follow that way here. And that's what happened here. But this match was fantastic. I mean, there's not really much story or spots. There was no cheating. There was nothing that you could really pinpoint down.
I forgot to mention that during Swerve's entrance, you had Prince Nana come out with the one crutch.
Fantastic. That was fantastic.
Yeah, still dancing.
But yeah, so this was just a fantastic match. There was a great spot though where Swerve hit the house call kick and then the Swerve stomp, and then Jay White kicked out of it for a great near fall, and then Swerve got hit with the Blade Runner but rolled out of the ring. That was great as well. But the finish came down to, they called the 15 minutes. It didn't last much longer after that. Swerve went for the JML driver. He didn't get it. He ended up wrapping up Jay White really badly. He wrapped his ass up and pinned him. Just completely got his shoulders pinned down to the mat. Swerve Strickland defeats Jay White. So now they're 1-1 career-wise because Jay won in New Japan the first time. Swerve advances to 6 points in the Gold League. And that's how they went off the air. Just a great professional wrestling match in the main event. I can't wait to see. I hope to see these. I think that these two are probably going to end up being the two block leaders. I think we might get this match again with higher implications.
I would like to pose a question to you guys. Who do you think is going to be the first ones to do the time limit draw out of like any matchup that's probably going to happen out of both leagues? Which one's going to go to a draw?
I thought it was going to be this one.
Because I would think if they run it back again, maybe Claudio and Eddie can go a time limit draw.
Claudio and Andrade, maybe.
I'm really trying to think of like which one could run into that type of phase.
Swerve and Moxley.
Swerve and Moxley. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Because because people who draw get 1 point, and that could completely not fuck up, but completely throw basically the standings into disarray and make it a lot more dramatic. So I also could see maybe like a Brody King, because I think Brody King and Garcia are going to be the 2 wild cards in this tournament.
Yes.
Like Brody King in the Blue League. I think Garcia is going to be the guy who loses but gets more over due to his performances. I think in the Blue League it's going to be Brody King, and I think in the Gold League it's going to be Mark Briscoe, who are going to be the 2 wild cards who end up like taking somebody out. Like say at the end, at the near the ending of the tournament, fucking say like Andrade's about to win the block, but he runs into Brody King and Brody King beats him and he completely ruins his hopes. Like that's what happens in the G1s a lot. So I could see that happening. But yeah, for me, I guess Swerve and Mox.
I would think maybe Claudio and Kingston. That's a strong
another fair one.
Yeah.
Anyway, rest of the week.
Yeah, I will give it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll give it to Brody King. He had a hell of a match against Eddie Kingston this past Saturday. So
Mikey.
That's a good pick. God damn it. Yeah, let's go. I can't think of his fucking name all of a sudden. Dante Martin.
We can't even remember his name.
There you go. All right, Christian, you're up.
I haven't seen him almost all year.
The rest of the week, I can't remember the guy's name. This guy's in his hometown.
All right, come on.
Christ.
Come on, Christian.
Jesus Christ. Actually, I'm gonna go with somebody.
Time complaining about me thinking about Scott.
Okay, all right, now I'm gonna go with some guy who actually has been pretty good as of late, and I want to give him credit because he's not talked about enough, and he's one of the best professional wrestlers in the world, and he will be known when he hits the main roster. But that's Ilya Dragunov, the NXT champion. That guy is the best worker in the company, in the entire WWE. He's like a New Japan wrestler, moonlighting in WWE. The guy is legit one of the best strong style workers in the world, and he doesn't get enough credit just because a lot of people don't have eyes on NXT, but they will when he ends up getting called up to the main roster and does the matches with Walter. But yeah, Ilya Dragunov, that guy doesn't get talked about nearly enough. He's one of the best in the world.
All right. Guys, thank you all for watching. Tune in next week for another episode. Hell, I might do more gaming content. What?
Somebody just tweeted something out just to spite me.
What?
They tweeted
Wasn't me.
Barry McCockiner, if you know who that is, football fans, tweeted out Pokemon cards. I hate when people say that shit. Pokemon.
This reminds me. Did anyone else see the Stokely tweet today?
No, I didn't.
I did not.
So I'll read it off. So Stokely posted on Twitter within 2 minutes. I went from seeing war crimes to someone reposting 2015 ROH videos with the name Bobby eating the pussy.
Bobby eating that pussy.
Demonic app we got here. And then
you showed the fucking Kingston thing, right? Him with the Spotify rap with fucking Destiny's Child.
And then Bobby eating the pussy quote tweeted saying, "Ain't no way." So,
dude, I hope we get a meet and greet with Stokely Hathaway one day. I'm gonna fucking touch his bald ass head.
Hey, I'm still happy that I have a like tweet from Stokely saying, "Man, like half your shit is perfect. I love the reaction memes I get out of you." And yeah, all right, guys, we will catch you next week. I might do some gaming content within another few weeks when I decide to buy the Season Pass 2 for Fight Forever.
Gamer, play Mario RPG, you fuck.
No.
Adam,
I heard that was a thing.
what the fuck?
I'm not gonna play Mario RPG because I don't have a proper fucking setup to do gaming stuff. I use the fucking PlayStation remote play to do the streams.
Disgusting.
I don't have an Elgato capture card.
You know who is playing Mario RPG right now? Adam.
Good for Adam. Good for Adam. Good for Chugs. Good for him. All right, guys. Thank you all. We will see you next week. And yeah, goodbye.